Hello and welcome back to the add-on showcase. Today we're going to be taking a look at an add-on that is pretty important to a UI, and that is going to be your unit frames. Now I've already cut on the unit frames that we're using, which are going to be X-Perl. Now I'm going to move them into position, and then I'm going to go over some of the customization that you can do. So first of all, you're going to want to type in /X-Perl, and voila, you get all this wonderful stuff. So in order to set the frames up the way that I use them, I'm just going to go ahead and move them about right here for the player frames. Let's out of the way a little more. Then we'll move the enemy frames over to the right hand side, just right below the character. Then we put the target in the middle. And we can tell that I'm picky, so this is going to have to be just right. Actually, we'll go ahead and also cut a line on, because I am just that annoying. So let's see, what's a good spot to, whoa, not up there. That's a little too high. So we'll just aim for about right in the middle. And we can go ahead and set it right on this line right here. So halfway, 3 bubbles over. Seems a little too far. Don't think my UI is quite right where it should be, but oh well. This seems about right. Could be off, could be wrong. I could be going blind. These are very, very possible things. And then we'll just set this about right here. In fact, because I'm going to be moving this up about right here. Maybe a little bit up. That's good enough. Okay, so that sets that up. Now, if you use pets, I don't know. I'm not a pet user, so these are your 2 pet bars, though. Put them where you want them, I guess. Kind of would probably keep them down here, because this is where my pet bar would be if I had bartender open. And then this is the target of my pet. Or maybe it's the opposite. I can't remember, because I don't have a pet. All right. Oh, and there's one more thing we need to do, which is focus. And then this lets you set your focus bar up. This is good for showing buffs and stuff for your focus if you're tanking. That way you can see if, per se, the tank, other tank is being hit and there's a buff you have to watch out for, you can know where it's at. I don't really have any specific place for this. However, I guess I'd probably put them over here. Just kind of out of the way. I don't really keep cast bars and stuff for them. I just kind of keep them off to the side, just so I can monitor the buff and debuff. So, alright, that covers how I pretty much set it up. Let me just go ahead and load the exact one. It might be slightly off from how I have this. I don't think it really matters which one this is. Yeah, okay, I had it a little high. Which is fine. So this brings it a little bit lower. And then these 2 aren't set up at all because I just recently changed how I do this. So we'll just go and throw this over here and you over here. There we go. Perfect. So that sets up how you do it. Now let's go over some of the options real quick. You change your scale, bar scales over here. I have mine set at 93%. I have the target slightly larger. Don't know why. Seems like a good thing to do though. And then you can adjust the focus as well. You can load obviously any frame loadout you want here. And this is your global thing that lets you choose basic options for everything. So if you don't want it, you can take off casters' names. You can take buff cooldowns off. Really don't need X-Perl information on. You can choose if you don't want the buff tooltips to come on. You can inverse the bars, so that way they are, well, inversed. Extra sparkles, don't really need it on if you don't want it. I just kind of like it because it's prettier. It's a word, right? Other than that, this is pretty much just how I kind of have everything set up. Now, there's 2 other things that I don't use because I don't need them. but it's party frames and raid frames. I will go over those if somebody asks, but other than that, I'm not going to really bother because I don't find them useful at all. But if we go over to the player, you can turn on a bunch of various things that I find useless. For example, player portraits. I don't find these useful, so therefore I don't have them. Special bar. Don't know why it doesn't work with this. I guess because the monk, it hasn't been fully updated. You could show your player level, your EXP if you want. You can so your class icon, you could put the cast bars on if you really wanted them on there. I don't prefer it, but hey, you can do it. PvP flag I think is important to have on. I like to have the values so that I can see my numbers, but I don't find that I need the percentages put on. Player buffs, I completely disable this because I use another add-on for it. And I don't like the buffs above my name anyway. Pets is pretty much the same thing. Don't even really need your pet's name. Okay, oh, this is the pet's target. So this is your actual pet. So you could really reduce that down to almost nothing. We're just going to throw these out of the way. I don't care about pets. Pets are silly. Your target. Now, I do leave my target's buffs on, or debuffs, really. This is all over here. And then there's also, this is where you do your target to target. Now, I like to have this on just so I can make sure that something's targeting me or the tank, and if it's not, then I can taunt it quickly. I do keep the percentages on and the values, just for sakes. You can choose to have the epic or the graphic for the elite or the regular. I do keep its level on for, I don't know, there's no real reason I guess, but I prefer to have it on. I don't really need threat, but I guess I keep it on because it doesn't really bother me either way. That's pretty much it. I mean, I only show my buffs on the target. Which I guess it would be debuffs too, possibly. Yeah. Moving on. Focus. I don't keep crap for focus if you can't tell. The only thing I had focus for, as I said earlier, was to see buffs or debuffs. That's it. I don't really care about anything else. And then these are just some things you can choose to turn on and off for every single every single option. So if you wanted, you could turn healer mode on or class icon on. I could turn that off of every class if I wanted to. Values, all that stuff. And then you can sort the colors and how things are done if you so desired. To change mana, you can make mana whatever color you want. You can make energy. We can go energy pink. And now my energy bar is pink. I don't like that, but hey, you can do it. If you want pink rage, you can do it. It's all up to you. Other than that, that is pretty much the summing up of this add-on. If you have any questions, please ask them down below. I will do my best to answer them. And I would like to thank you for watching and encourage you to have a wonderful day. Thanks, guys.